From an outsider's perspective, St. Louis is a city highlighted by its failures. Crime, poverty, and pollution have established our city as one of the most infamous in the country.
However, that's not to say we have a failure of a city, because it falls on the citizens to determine their own city's worth. And we know plenty about how many successes, both small and large, make our city the most special in the world. The Cardinals, the music, the zoo, the pizza that we know is damn well better than Chicago's. We have a lot to celebrate in the city, but let's just focus on one for now.
The St. Louis library system is widely regarded as one of the best in the country, if not the best. But why? What sets it apart from other cities? Also, in a time period where libraries seem to get more irrelevant by the day as technology continues to advance and people become more dependent on the internet, how have they managed to keep their relevance in today's society? While answering these questions, I will be delving into each the past, the present, and the future of the library in order to solve the riddle of its success. The St. Louis Library first got its start in 1864, when citizen demand for a public library in the city eventually led Superintendent Ira Divel to establish a subscription library as part of the public school system. Divel intended the library to act as a supplement to public education and as a means of self-education and culture. To quote, a library truly meant for the whole people, like the schools themselves. Around 1893, the free library movement that was sweeping America eventually reached St. Louis, which led the city electorate to transfer the library from under the Board of Education to an independent board supported by a property tax. Under the leadership of Frederick Cruden, himself a national figure as a founder of the American Library Association and an early president of said association, the library advanced to the front rank of American public libraries. Popularity and heavy usage of the library would lead the board of directors to search for funding for the means of building a dedicated library building. Luckily, Andrew Carnegie, an extremely wealthy steelmaker, reached out in 1901 to make a gift of $1 million to the library system in St. Louis, which would now be equivalent to shortly over $35 million. One half of his donation would be used to construct new branches, and the other to construct the St. Louis Central Library, which has now won several awards for its stunning architecture and is regarded as one of the most beautiful libraries in the country. Due to the efforts of Ira Divel, Frederick Cruden, and other inspired and industrious peoples, plus the generous gift from Carnegie, St. Louis was propelled to the forefront of the library scene in America, and that strong foundation both culturally and monetarily is a big part of what has allowed it to continue to impress in today's society as well.
Something that makes our library one of the best in the country, I think is, I know I mentioned this earlier, but our building here, Central, is such a gorgeous building. We have a lot of historical buildings in our system, which I think are kind of exciting, a lot of those original Carnegie libraries. And other things I think that are important about our system is we are, kind of like I mentioned earlier, staying on top of the trends and really trying to identify what needs we could be providing to our customers before we've let too much time pass or anything like that. Also, our makerspaces, creative experience, are an exciting resource that we offer. A makerspace is a space that has kind of like cutting edge technology resources available for customers. They include everything from, like I mentioned, like 3D printers and things like that. It's a lot more resources that customers can make rather than just coming in and using a computer. You can go home with something at the end of the day. We also do kind of exciting things outside the box of what you'd expect at your library. We offer free period products, diaper supplies, all of that for customers to come in and pick up for free to kind of help meet that community need.
But as a child, when I was little, it was a great place. It was kind of a sanctuary for me because I had to move around a lot, and it was just a place the librarians were also super helpful. They would find books that I loved. They were excited to see me. So that's one piece. When you guys were little, we would go all the time, so it was a great place as a young mother to bring my children when it was cruddy weather or something outside. So it was a place where we would do book readings and do art activities and just pile up on books, and you guys would do summer reading opportunities. We got our passports at the library, so they do all kinds of wonderful social services. They used to help with taxes. I don't know if they still do that, but I would get my tax forms there before you would file online. They have free internet. They have computer classes, which I love the kind of the social justice aspect of it and how they reach out in the community.
We provide a lot of services. So we have an entire outreach department. We have adult outreach and also early childhood outreach. And both of those teams go out to daycares, schools, provide story times for young kids. And for adults, we go out to assisted living facilities, nursing homes, and provide technology outreach or do programs at those spaces. At all of our locations, you will find free programs that customers can attend for all ages. Everything from story times to programs on owl watching, a little bit of everything out there for folks to attend. We offer a lot of online resources that have online classes that customers can take, or they can even meet online with a tutor. We have ones that are for adult learners and will help you with everything from finances to even like applying for unemployment, or if you need assistance filling out forms, things like that. They'll provide all those sorts of assistance too. We do our camps, which are probably our best attended youth services programs that we have. A fun one we have coming up is called Earn a Bike, where kids get to actually work on and build a bike with a local nonprofit called B-Works, and then they go on a bike ride at the end and take their bike home with them. We've also done Earn a Computer workshops with them too, where you get to learn all about the inner workings of a computer and then take one home with you at the end of that. I think it's a 6-week program. Other youth services programs, we also offer like homework help and assistance. We have regular like craft drop-in programs customers can attend. We even do take and make kits, so kids can come in and pick up a kit full of items for crafts and things like that that they can create too. We provide a space customers can visit no matter what they have going on in their life. If they want to start a new project or craft, or if they're just looking for somewhere safe for shelter, we provide those services for everyone. It was an interesting time. We kind of had to take a look at what we were doing and decide how we could transition things virtually as much as possible. So out of that, we did a lot of virtual programming. It was a lot of phone assistance, doing Zoom appointments with customers if they needed help with something, a lot of email correspondence back and forth, and we saw customers start to use us in a new way. Our ebook usage went through the roof. Database usage, all of that really went sky high when customers weren't able to come in our doors. And other things we started doing during that time was really promoting our curbside services.
Yeah.
So while we were still in our buildings, customers could just pull up outside and we could deliver them their books and materials. And I can speak for my spaces in particular because they're spaces, people come in and create things. What we started were offering online forms. So if people wanted a 3D print or large format print or even laser cut projects, they could upload their projects through a form and then we'd create them and they could come pick them up curbside. Which has stayed really popular, so we're still kind of going with that format. So as horrible as that time was during the pandemic, I think we did find a lot of helpful things and learn new things about how customers would use our spaces that we are still continuing to do today. One big thing we've been doing lately is our Chromebook and hotspot checkouts, and they are all checked out. Every single one we had about, I think it was 8,000 Chromebooks and 8,000 hotspots, and our community checked them all out. So there was definitely, that was a resource meeting a need in our community. We also have Other technology includes, we have virtual reality, we have green screen spaces, so if someone wanted to come in and like film a promotional video for their business, they could, and we have all the resources that they need here in the space. We have laser cutters, 3D printers. We also have recording rooms, and then we have, in our creative experience maker spaces, we have different computers. We have these Microsoft Surface Studio computers that are equipped with lots of different software that would be really expensive if someone wanted to purchase and have on a computer at home so they can come use them here at the library for free. I think the staff are what make our buildings are beautiful, but I think our staff are what make our buildings so special. They create those memorable experiences for customers when they come in. And without our staff, we wouldn't have these wonderful libraries, because they're the ones who provide the services and the resources to all of our customers that visit us. I think knowing you've really had an impact on someone is kind of what makes this job so special, is that you're having a lifelong impact on customers, and you may not even realize it.
How's the St. Louis Library, or how does it intend to keep its relevance in a time where technology continues to advance? And it seems like libraries kind of lose their relevance a little bit.
I feel like I keep going back to the maker spaces, so I apologize, but our Julia Davis branch, where we just opened our latest space, we used what had previously been a space for collections and an old computer lab and turned it into this cutting edge maker space. So we're definitely looking at doing things like that at other locations too. And hopefully kind of continuing to grow that. We continue growing our youth services programming. Where we're seeing that we're really meeting a need, we continue to grow in that direction and not fall too far behind. I think what we've really noticed is with customers kind of shifting away from print, like they still check out a lot of our print materials, but we're noticing a higher use in digital. So that's been something where we've been looking at growing our digital collections. And then as far as our maker spaces, is just making sure we continue offering cutting edge trends. So trying to keep on top of those resources. In 20 years, I think the library will definitely look different. I always think of the library as a community meeting space, so I think it'll continue to kind of go in that direction as a place where the community comes and visits and comes together. I think we'll still have books on our shelves. I don't see that going away, but I do think maybe we'll see our spaces change a little bit to have, who knows what could be the new trend in 20 years. It may not be maker spaces, there could be something new.
So the library intends to keep its ear to the ground and make sure to keep up with the trends?
Definitely. I think the goal for the future of the library really connects back to our strategic plan of just connecting our community with the resources that we have available at the library and helping to better and benefit the lives of the members of St. Louis.
Let's revisit the questions we introduced a bit ago. What sets our library apart from others? Well, that would have to be our services that are provided other than just renting out media. Camps, programs, and lessons, and almost anything you can think of for completely free. The library here in St. Louis isn't just a library, but has been transformed into a place for the community to come together through the hardworking and dedicated staff and the ingenious ideas that they come up with and manage. That's definitely enough to set us apart from other cities. Secondly, how do they intend to manage in an era where libraries tend to lose their relevance? By keeping their ears to the ground and making sure they keep up with new and upcoming trends, just like how they completely shifted their plan of business during COVID, the library is able to evolve into whatever it needs to be in order to serve the community. This elasticity is what makes us special, and what will continue to make it not only stay relevant, but to thrive down the road.